I was thinking about how I would proceed, and I decided to go fishing in the jungle because I did accidentally, in my mage playthrough, fish up a new sentry for the summoner, but it took way too long, and I kind of gave up on it. I did catch a zephyr fish, though, which I think you can fish it up anywhere, it's just a very small chance. And yeah, it's a pet. I also got some crates, which are different from the crates you get in pre-hard mode. There used to be a strat where you would save all of your crates in pre-hard mode and then open them after killing the wall of flesh, because then they would contain hard mode ores. Now there are separate crate items that contain the hard mode ores that have nothing to do with the ones you can catch before killing the wall of flesh. It's kind of silly, but I guess it works. Oh, a fawn. Sure, what the hell. You got to see the zephyr fish for a second. One nice thing I got from that is the enchanted sundial, which I guess I'll place it here maybe. I can right click on that to skip to the start of the next day, which can be kind of useful, but it can only be used once per in-game week, so it has a significant cooldown on it. Don't care about those. There's so much random junk you can get from these crates. Yeah, apparently they buffed the anchor, which used to be really weak. Now it has like an insane area of effect and high damage, and I don't know, I forgot that the anchor even existed, but I guess it's nice that it's worth considering now. But I still won't bother with it. Don't need another radar, or that. Those are kind of worthless. Just a bit of management in here. Oh, I can also put the bait I got into the angler's chest. I did a fishing quest. Didn't get much of interest from it. If I did catch the sentry, it would have been nice, because I realized I just barely don't have enough spider fangs, but that's whatever. It'll be fine. Which has become a mantra of mine now. Of the neon tetra fish that I caught, I made most of them into seafood dinner, which is a reasonable buff. It's something I can just use in general. It's easy enough to get. I don't exactly remember how this worked. Oh yeah, I need to smelt them first. So the Hellforge can smelt the first 2 tiers of hard mode ore, which I should actually spawn the hard mode ore before I continue. Oh yeah, it's because I'm next to all the crafting stations. Wait, can I even do that yet? I can't remember. I'm such a scatterbrain. Right. An anvil. Oh, 5 sticky bombs, wait. Or just regular bombs. So why didn't I see that? Essentially you can make powerful bomb. There they are. Powerful bombs that can break hard mode ores. And meteorite, and hellstone, and a bunch of stuff. Yeah, another thing I got from fishing in the jungle is a jungle crate. I forget what the hard mode version of it is called, but it gave me a staff of regrowth, which I can use to upgrade my axe, and why not? The copper axe, spores, vines, and the staff of regrowth. It's the axe of regrowth. It's kind of neat. It places grass on dirt, increases alchemy plant collection when used to gather plants acorns when cutting down trees. There's another axe that's just really fast at chopping down trees. I think it was another thing from Don't Starve. But since I found this, I'll use this instead. So for example, if I harvest all of these... Oh, it even replants the herbs instantly. That is quite convenient. But yeah, first of all, let me get my buffs. Do I care about sentries? I guess I do. I'll get a decent sentry soon enough. Also realized I've had the Crimson Rod on my hotbar, and that's kinda pointless. So I'm gonna head into the Crimson. We might see some absolute horrors. All I need to do is use this hammer to destroy demon altars, which is what's special about it, and that's part of the reason I don't bother upgrading my hammer at all, because this is good enough, and it's also necessary. Oh yeah, the imps. I don't think I really need to kill mummies. They do drop a unique material, but there's kind of no point. A small thing worth noting is that enemies from pre-hard mode have increased stats in hard mode. I forget if that's an expert mode thing. I think it's an expert mode thing. At some point they realized that they're absolute pushovers and they made that change. So each of these altars I break will spawn ores in the world, as well as wraiths. Wraiths could drop something interesting. I think they inflict a nasty status effect on contact. Yeah, I didn't read which exact ores spawned. There are two variants of ores, just like the pre-hard mode ores, but these ones actually have unique effects, so they're a little more interesting. Orichalcum and titanium. I also made a decision to get a specific armor set that's sort of a hybrid summoner and mage set. Oh, I guess I was on the cusp of getting that achievement for a while now. I do have it on Steam, but I guess my in-game achievements got reset at some point. You do need to get at least a little bit of each of the ores before you can get the best one, but much like the pre-hard mode ores, you can just skip straight to the best of them. So there's kinda no point. However, actually no, there is no however. That's all I had to say about that. These enemies don't feel horribly oppressive, but then again I haven't gotten hit yet. I'm sure the moment I do, I'll feel the pain. I just remembered that that's in there. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I used one of those, so that was a waste. Honestly, I might use Shine and Night Owl potions in general. It's way easier for me to see what's going on sometimes. I'm glad I decided to do that. Should I break some more? Yeah, I'll break some more. I don't want to spend too long looking for the ores, especially since I have a very specific plan. I'm only looking for one of them, mostly. However, that plan also requires an event, and oh boy, there's a lot to do. There's an example of one of the new ores. In fact, I'll use one of these bombs. The molten pickaxe can only mine the first tier of ore, and then you need... Oh, wow. I mean, it's just a... Wait, a green jellyfish is a hard mode jellyfish. It's literally just a palette swap with increased stats. It's the same as the blue jellyfish. But I didn't think it would kill me in 2 hits. How ridiculous. Well, I think there's more altars for me to smash, so... But until I get a sentry, I'm not gonna bother going over there. It just seems like a waste. Yeah, the game is nice enough to keep whatever summons you had when you die. It's something. I want to descend into the other Crimson cave. Break all the altars in there, and then I'll get the ore. Maybe first I'll check the spot where I was farming spider fangs earlier so I can get a few more. But anyway, I think they added the summoner weapon that you get by fishing, because every other class also has a weapon that you can acquire in hard mode by fishing. Mage gets a staff. Ranger gets a fish that spews poison bubbles. Warrior gets a sword, which inflicts a decent status effect. What am I forgetting? I think that's it. Oh yeah. The jellyfish are not only invincible while they're electrified, but if you try to hit them with melee or whips, you take damage. You get electrocuted, I guess. Okay, I thought there were more altars, but I guess not. Okay, maybe that'll be fine. This fast clock, if you remember, I got a bezoar. There are a bunch of accessories that make you immune to a specific status effect, and you can combine them all into a charm that makes you immune to all of those effects, but it takes up only 1 slot. I might do that. Hopefully I'll just get most of them, and then I'll have to farm 1 or 2 off camera, but I think it's that charm can upgrade the obsidian shield, and I think that's probably the best choice of shield for summoner. I think, anyway. I'm not sure if any of the others are worth considering. Well, maybe I'm underestimating them. So what I want are Spelunker potions, and at least I can use my elevator to look for ores. That would be nice. I'll make all of these bombs sticky. Last thing I want to do is waste them when they cost palladium. Yeah, there's palladium and cobalt, and in this world I generated palladium only, so cobalt is harder to get. And what else did I get? Palladium, orichalcum, and titanium. Right, so those are all the alternate ores. Otherwise, it's cobalt, mithril, and adamantite. Which is funny, because those 3, I'm pretty sure they just give you stats, whereas these 3 have unique set bonuses that aren't just stats. Although they're not the most interesting thing in the world for the most part. Was I accidentally typing there? Is that what was happening? I thought I canceled out of the chat. Anyway. I say anyway a lot. Probably because of all of my derailing mental trains. Spelunker potions. That's right. I guess I'll use the gold. Might as well just make 30. Anything else? Not really. So first of all, the Aether. Drink one of those. This ore generation destroyed the gem tree. I never talked about the gem trees. I think I saw one and then I forgot. But you can combine all gemstones with... I might fill in this hole later. It's a little dangerous that close to the shimmer. It could... Okay, it was fine. You can combine all gemstones with acorns to grow gem trees on stone. And I believe it has to be underground. I don't think they bloom on the surface, though I could be wrong about that. I think I would need to be deeper down to get titanium. I think it's sort of like copper, iron, silver, and gold and their equivalents, where the more valuable ones are more common deeper underground. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Unfortunately, one of those items that makes you immune to status effects is dropped by Medusas. Oh. This is a hard mode NPC. I will consider his services later. Actually, I'll get a spell tome. There is a specific spell book. You just use the spell tomes to craft 2 or 3 mage weapons. But one of those weapons is available in this world, and I know that it's a nice offhand option for Summoner because it debuffs enemies. And then your summons can take advantage of that. Okay, switch off this candle. I don't need that many spiders trying to eat my face off. In terms of ores, I'm not seeing anything here. Can I just skip straight to a titanium pick, for example? No, I need an anvil. That's right. So I need the second tier of ore. And honestly, the first tier lets me make more of these bombs. The bombs were added in an update to apparently make mining less annoying. Which I've also heard the sentiment that people enjoy mining the hard mode ores, to which I say if that's one of the most interesting things in hard mode, that's a sorry state of affairs. I don't remember how many fangs I'm missing. Maybe I do need the candle. I could have done this off camera, you've already seen this. Oh wait, the ore I need, it's right there. I mix it up with palladium when it's glowing. For some reason. Even though it should be fairly obvious. Oh yeah, I believe I shuffled my accessories around a bit. I kind of came to the conclusion that the Summoner Emblem is better than the Squire's Shield. Although I need to give it warding. I still want the Pygmy necklace, though maybe the Squire's Shield is better. I'm not entirely sure. I think the one extra minion does more work. But I realize that knockback is a huge liability. It slows me down. It messes me up. It means that chain damage can kill me. So I really do want a shield. In general, I would say almost every class needs boots, vertical mobility. I will replace this balloon eventually, but for the time being it's pretty good. A dash. Either the Brain of Confusion or one other thing that I think is really good. If you're playing on at least Expert, that's another slot that gets taken up. And Expert also gives you an extra inventory slot, so I guess it kind of evens out. You have the same number of free slots. A shield. You have like 1, 2, maybe 3 accessory slots to work with. to make a unique build, if you can even call it that. Okay, I should go over there and blow up those ores. Then I can descend into hell. And from there I should be able to find titanium fairly easily. I guess it's of no consequence if the wizard dies. This is actually everything I want from him. Lots of ores to mine, and that's basically it. I'm trying to think how I could possibly skip ahead. I could take a break if a certain event is going on and do that instead. So I can't mine this with my current pickaxe, right? I would need a palladium pickaxe. But these bombs don't give a damn, so they really fast track the progression here. Yeah, I don't mind. Maybe it's because I've played the game for so long, but saving time on the ores sounds good to me. I won't really miss it. I do get the idea that the ores are supposed to get you to experience the new enemies in the underground. And I do think they do a good enough job of that, at least. Imps, please. Do something. I think I'll be happy to move on once I have the anvil so I can make the spider armor. And then I could actually fight the first boss after another excursion in a different biome. I went from having nothing to do right at the end of pre-hard mode to having everything to do in hard mode. Oh yeah, the back wall. You do need the back wall for spiders to spawn and the cobwebs to grow back. So I'm doing some damage there. Alright, after the spider, I'm dropping down the elevator. It's way too easy to get caught into the monotony of mining. Although I wonder, is this actually enough for... Let me see. Am I blind? No, there are the bars. I'm pretty sure that's enough for an anvil. If I can see it. I could always just... There we go. Orichalcum anvil, and there's no reason to keep the old one. Similarly to the furnace and the Hellforge. And now I can make my spider armor. The more I think about it, do I even need a better pickaxe, or am I just going to use these bombs the whole way? Probably the latter. So anyway, this is definitely better for the overall strength of my minions. Especially the number of my minions. And I think... is that enough? That's... Oh, I'm missing 2 fangs. You know what? Screw the queen spider. I'm unhappy with... Oh, ruthless. That might actually be decent. I'm unhappy with the imps and how poor their targeting is, so I will replace them with spiders. Now the spiders are kind of weird. They can climb on background walls, so they're probably best suited to caves, but I'm gonna go caving anyway. But they are pretty quick and they latch on to enemies. Yeah, actually the spiders are great. Never mind. I had an idea to put my armor sets on mannequins, but I wouldn't know where to put the mannequins. Just something I'm considering, really. Where are those bombs? No. These are not the bombs I want. Was it the anvil? Okay, this should be plenty. That's more than enough, actually. I'm considering just replacing all of my regular bombs with these. Can throw away the anvil because who cares? This will be my materials chest for hard mode. Because the others are getting kind of full, and I think it's a meaningful enough distinction. And, yeah. Titanium it is. I could get the exact armor I'm thinking of before I fight the first boss, but it would be rather ridiculous of me to do that. It might make that fight too easy, although that fight is kind of a mess. Cross that bridge when we get there, I guess. Or a Calcum, which I don't need anymore. Have I seen any titanium so far? Oh, that's titanium. Oh, excuse me, I forgot to press B. And apparently I stashed my Spelunker potions into my chests. Why did I do that? Either something was jumping in and out of liquid, or liquid was falling down, is what that sounded like. I'm gonna need a lot more of that stuff. Let me see what I did to my Spelunker potions. Are they in here? No. The piggy bank? Yes. Did I keep them in the piggy bank to begin with? Oh, I'm so out of it. I think this is the third part I'm recording in the same day, so maybe I should just take a break. I did want to solve a problem. I'll show the Hallow once it's day. So I guess I'll just sleep through the rest of the night. I bought those seeds from the Dryad so I can make holy water, which spreads the Hallow, and it'll replace the Crimson with the Hallow, which is pretty good, I think. And it's probably going to solve my problem over here, with any luck. But since I'm thinking of doing that, I might as well show the Hallow, which this desert, the Hallow spread through it. You can see the big fat rainbow in the sky at all times. The Hallow is basically just the forest, but magic and unicorns and stuff, and pixies, which are what I'm looking for. These delightful magical creatures are hostile for some reason. And they drop useful materials, so I'm just going to camp out here for a little bit. There is also an underground counterpart to the Hallow. I'll just leave one candle here. Hey, those spiders are smart. I think I might have underestimated them. I know they're the the most obvious good summon I could get at this stage. It's just, oh, there's a unicorn. It's just I have some faint memory of them being kind of terrible. Oh, they also inflict venom. The hell? Were they buffed? Or was I just stupid and I didn't know how to play Summoner properly? Well, in any case, I won't need too much of this stuff, and later I'll get as much pixie dust as I need, because you can also make greater healing potions with it, I think it was. This cave bit is kind of annoying. I'm tempted to fill it in or bulldoze it, just so I can farm more efficiently. Look at him go. Wow. The unicorn can't even get close to me. I think I should consider changing my vanity significantly. It's not like it really matters, but these videos are going up, so I can at least make an effort to look good. I have a reason to keep up appearances, for once. But I'm not sure what I would do for this character. If the character is female, I just pick anything charming and leave it at that, because that's what I like. But in this case, I want to come up with something more specific. Oh, did I get hit by a pixie at some point? They slow you, they can also silence you. The silence was particularly annoying when I was playing mage. You guessed it, it means you can't use mana. The unicorn on a stick. That's all it is, you can just hold it out as you run around. Oh, that's... I forgot that that item exists. Haven't exactly thought about it a lot. Okay, you get the idea. And now I should be able to make holy water. That's probably more than I need. What the hell, it's funny, I'll keep it. Unicorn horns had some uses. I don't know if they're relevant for Summoner, but there are definitely uses. And although I can't travel there quickly, I'll just run over. Then back to mining titanium. Although while I'm down there, I could actually get ready for the next boss, and I'm reasonably confident I can do it. I actually have sort of a cheesy strategy for it, which to me feels almost necessary because the fight is kind of... Well, you'll see. You'll see. Man, it's like I'm playing Phoenix Wright. I'm constantly thinking too far ahead, and it's messing me up. It's kind of interesting, actually, that the snow biome is affected by Hallow and Evil. The only problem is I'm probably better off covering... Well, no, it's mostly ice that's causing the problems. I forget when they're mixed like this if the Hallow will overtake or if the Crimson will remain. But I can at least try. I seem to remember the Hallow overtaking it. This is not gonna work as well as I thought it would. fixing this would be very labor intensive. It's because the wall of flesh just... Killing it for the first time just covered all of this in crimson. Yeah, this seems like off-camera work. I just need to do enough of this work so that this no longer counts as crimson. Which I think had something to do with the number of tiles on the screen. Like if I'm standing here and the background is just the tundra, then we're good. Okay, I'll do that later. And while I'm at it, I'll also build more houses then. There is room for a Hallow house, which... There's an idea, actually. I wouldn't mind it being in the one part of the world that I haven't stayed in for very long. Uh-oh. Just glanced over at my notes. I forgot to elaborate on the emblems. The Wall of Flesh will drop one of these at random. But if you want the specific one for your class, you can throw any of the ones you get in Shimmer and it will cycle through all of them. Another reason why Shimmer is very nice. This should keep it at bay, although I think the tree would stop it anyway. As long as I'm here, I might as well just throw a bunch of these. It will spread, so I don't have to hit every last part of it. How's that? Well, there's a bit more over there, for sure. Opposite side of these trees as well. I'm kind of tempted to make tree houses, but I've done that too much. I tend to just hollow out the trees and then build stuff on top of them. Which could look cool, but I mentioned at the start of this series how long I've played Terraria. I am so close to burnout. Only updates and mods are keeping me going. Should probably take that as a sign that I've gotten as much out of this game as I possibly can. Okay, that's good. So, titanium. I think I want to start here, actually. Could just press B once. A Soul of Light. This is underground Hallow, which has crystals. Its own unique enemies that we'll see in a minute. Oh, that's a lava trap. No thanks. Not again. I'm pretty sure I want these crystals for certain purposes. They grow back. It's not a one-time generation thing. You can build efficient crystal farms because each surface of a pearlstone block, I think it's called, can, oh. My visibility buffs ran out, but each surface of the tile can grow a crystal. But they grow in such large amounts that I've never really done that. But at least in theory. Another quiver, are you kidding me? There's a funny idea for a mod. Whatever your main damage type is right now, everything that isn't that has increased drop rates. A Kaizo mod, if you will. There might be something like that in the mod browser already. Oh, I did not mean to clip through that. So anyway, any enemy you kill down here can drop a soul of light, which is kind of necessary for everyone. There's just a specific purpose for it as a crafting material that is all but necessary for progression. But then there are a bunch of miscellaneous weapons and things that you can make with the souls. One of those. It's a pretty large blast. I should get out of the way. I think it's comparable to dynamite. Though I haven't used dynamite in a while. It's considerably more expensive than bombs. That enemy is a chaos elemental. It's a zombie, but it can teleport. So it can sort of ambush you. Ah, there's the thing I'm looking for. Gelatin crystal summons Queen Slime. I think I can take her at this point. It's just... she has very obnoxious ads. Let's put it that way. But my cheesy strategy involves gravitation potions. Oh, I just thought of another thing I need to do. Oh man, I need to make a list. Because my notes have been almost non-existent these last 3 videos. Is there another gelatin crystal around here? I probably need to fight Queen Slime multiple times. There's a specific summon weapon from Queen Slime that I really like. There's lava. But I'm also lazy, so... plus I can't even mine this with my pickaxe, so I actually have no choice. If I turn all of these into sticky bombs, that saves me 1 inventory slot. A slight dip in lava never killed nobody. So there's a coveted item from the Chaos Elementals, which is why I've remembered them so clearly. And I farmed for it as a mage. It was relatively quick, considering how ridiculously rare it is. I mined out a cave so that they would spawn fairly fast, and I fully optimized the luck stat, and I only did it because there was a stupid achievement for it. I feel like wearing... how do I put this? Some of these achievements feel like the equivalent of a shirt that says, I went through all this stuff and all I got is this lousy t-shirt. I killed hundreds of chaos elementals and all I got is this lousy achievement. Same difference, right? It's an item that lets you teleport just like them, which was... I think originally Realogic disregarded that item because of its rarity. I think in their heads it was like, well, it's a pain in the ass to get, most people won't bother, so it doesn't matter. But in reality, you can always get it on every world. That was definitely a problem. Did I miss some titanium? That's what you get from the mummies, light shards. Light shards if they're hallowed mummies, or dark shards if they're evil mummies. I might check off camera if there's some summon item that I'm forgetting about that uses the shards. For what it's worth, I think the enchanted sword is at least a cool looking and memorable enemy. It's sort of like a cursed skull, just with a different movement pattern. It just phases through walls. I would like some more souls of light. Oh yeah, they drop a painting. That's a decent chunk of titanium, but unfortunately I can't smelt titanium until I waste some of it to make a titanium forge, which is the needed crafting station to smelt it, which, considering we got a hell forge not too long ago, seems kind of unnecessary. Just a way to artificially extend the grind, which is part of the reason that I don't mind the grind being made easier, because I think now more of these ores generate as well. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the notion of respecting the grind doesn't really apply to playing RPGs in my head. I think I've showcased enough of this, so I'll try to fight Queen Slime now in the last part of this video. That's a lot of crystals. Can I... yeah, greater healing potions. I might need more pixie dust, however. 36, that should be enough for now. And I'll leave these in my inventory. Who knows if I run out of them. Is getting kind of full, so you will be the hard mode blocks chest, I suppose. At the very least, you still need the Hell Forge, because you combine the Hell Forge with 30 adamantite or titanium to make the better one. And now I can smelt titanium. 44, that's close, but not quite. This is what I want. Forbidden armor. How much is that? 30... 46. I'm very close. If it weren't for the cost of the forge, I would be done. But that didn't take very long anyway. Oh, here's the other Dead Cells reference. This is the thing I was talking about, actually, where if you fully charge it, it's a guaranteed crit. I don't know if it works that way here. I haven't messed with it yet, because I haven't played melee, so I would only be using the valuable ore to try out a weapon that I'm not going to stick with, which didn't seem worth it to me. It's kind of a mess of paintings on the second floor, so I guess I'll put it over here. I won't mess around with that. I will hold on to this. At some point, I want to, maybe over here, I want to build up to a sky lake, just in case I want to use it for fishing. And there's something in the sky that I want to fight. It's a mini-boss. Yep. You can stay there, I guess. I can leave my hallowed seeds in this chest, should I ever need them again. Don't need spelunker potions anymore. These are garbage now. Okay, I think I want it to be daytime, so you can see the thing clearly. Essentially going to use gravitation potions to avoid having to deal with its ads, and I think this whip plus these spiders should be good enough. I hope. You can imagine it's somewhat similar to King Slime, but with some more late gamey sensibilities. So, the buffs. Sure, why not? I guess. For the ads? No, that doesn't make sense, actually. Gravitation potions are a key part of this. There's a potion that gives you plus 10% damage resistance, which in combination with the flat damage reduction is amazing. But I need to fish in the caves for an extended period of time. Maybe I'll do that off camera, because honestly the late game is absurd. That 10% could let me take an extra hit, and that's a big deal. But I hope this works. Oh, I could have gotten a whip from Wall of Flesh, but I am not farming Wall of Flesh for a whip when I can just make the next whip in progression. So here goes nothing. Do I want to change anything? Not particularly. You can actually use gravitation potions to deal with a fair few bosses. I've seen a lot of strats like that. You do actually have to be in the Hallow for this, and here we go. There she is. Her ads are awful. I'm just going to run away for now. The gravitation effect will come into play, but I should hurt her more first. Because she can't really keep up right now. Yeah, they shoot bouncing and just tons of projectiles. They keep spawning. They're really obnoxious. Oh, there she is. She can teleport to close distance just like King Slime. I do think they spawn when you hit her, at least, but they're still quite oppressive, all of these ads. The more I think about it, it's phase 2 that I really need the gravitation effect for, which is at around half-life. Would you get over here? Okay, there we go. She starts flying and it's really difficult to keep up with, so I just do something like this. I'll have to dodge some of the projectiles, but it's no big deal. I think the spiders are struggling to do anything. Okay, that's not great. I might be misremembering my strats with other classes and other weapons. Oh, there she is. Please get out of my face. This can work. It's scuffed, but if I want to fight her early and make good use of a specific weapon, this is basically how I'm going to have to do it. Damn. Yeah, I can't even afford to... this is very silly. Probably should have taken a weapon with more range. I don't know if she can be poisoned, is the thing. have deep regret for this approach at this point. Oh no. Not the ads, anything but them. Oh, I ran out of gravitation. Oh, so stupid. Okay. I will get a better weapon, and then I'll fight her. I think anything that isn't summoner. Honestly, maybe even the poison staff if I just supply myself with potions. I could give it a second shot. The spiders are just terrible at keeping up with her. That's one of the big things. If they latch on, I do think they stay on, but when I whip the ads, then they get distracted. Oh well. It's fine if I show some ineptitude. What weapon can even work? Other than, say, a better whip. Maybe the flame imps are actually better. How do they compare? They're way weaker. But with armor penetration. I don't know, I think I need to focus up. Instead of trying to cut ahead like this. So in order to make the forbidden armor, I'm going to need something from an enemy that spawns in the desert during a specific event, which is not active right now. If it was, I would notice it pretty much immediately, but I think I want to set myself up for later for that event, which is going to involve just a platform up here. I think that would be fine. And I've come up to an hour. So okay, back to the drawing board. I'll figure out what weapon I should be using to deal with Queen Slime. I'll show one successful kill on her, then we'll do stuff elsewhere. And then off camera, I'll kill her enough times to get the summon weapon that I want to focus on for a while after the fact. So that's all. Thank you for watching.